Can you hear me, man?
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay. Think something is up with my microphone, but I guess
Yeah,
we have to go push through it. Uh,
yeah, yeah. We on now,
okay. So what's the word, man? What's new?
man. Look. Trying to get myself together,
Okay,
man. Just a lot, man. Just trying to maintain, uh, and enjoying life. Uh,
okay.
enjoying this empty nest life. You know,
Yeah. How's that life?
it's going good. Um, it's good that the kids can call and that's it.
Okay.
When they visit, they can leave.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I know all about that.
They can stay for a little bit.
Okay.
But other than that, man, life is good. No complaints. Yeah. Uh, look, uh, getting ready for a couple of shout outs though.
Oh yeah. We definitely got some shout out. We got some shout outs.
Uh,
Let's see. First shout out my stepdaughter Olivia. She's a senior at the North Carolina School of Science and Math in Morganton, North Carolina.
hmm,
She made
okay.
her decision where she's going to be going to school at, and um,
Uh-huh.
she was accepted, and and then she accepted the offer. So she's going to be a North Carolina Tar Heel. So she's going to Chapel Hill in the fall. So we got another Tar Heel in the
what,
family.
what the applause? What the applause?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah. There we go.
Man, so
Yep.
that makes what, four Tar Heels in the family?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joanne graduated from Carolina. My daughter Morgan graduated from Carolina.
Yeah.
Uh, Joanne's son Sammy, he'll be graduating
Sammy.
from
Yeah.
Carolina next year.
Yeah.
So Olivia be four. So
Yeah.
Olivia don't got no excuses. You got a lot of resources to help you navigate that campus.
Yeah, that is the truth. That is the truth. No excuses. Yeah.
No excuses.
Um,
Yeah.
and
Um.
Camille still she finished her first month in Paris. Uh,
Okay.
and so I talked to her last night. Yeah, well, actually, yesterday. So something I
Uh-huh.
didn't know. For some reason, I thought that she was that there was like a English uh French immersion. But no, she said
Okay.
all her classes are in French. So
Our classes are in France.
yeah, all her classes are in French. So
Good
all her
gracious.
written assignments, all her oral assignments, yeah, it's in French. So yeah,
So how is she adjusting to that?
no, she's doing fine. Like I say, for her to even be able to, uh, because there's some programs that you go to if it's the foreign country's foreign language, and you have to pass an assessment to be able
Yes.
to, because just imagine if she didn't know French, it'd be a wasted semester. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, that makes a big difference, man.
yeah,
Well,
yep.
man. Well, good
So
gracious, I got well, maybe one shot. What, I guess two and one.
hmm
Um, Tanya, she made it back from her trip from Finland as a Fulbright administrator, and the stuff she kind of told me about how they do schools over there, it it baffles the mind, you
oh
know.
really? What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, so good gracious, where to start? So they're required to graduate. They're required to have four languages.
Four? Oh wow.
Four languages. Yeah, yeah. And another thing is
Uh,
that in their schools, like, you know how we take chemistry and calculus and advanced math, those are our high school classes.
mm-hmm.
Well, over there are their middle school classes. Um, and look, man,
Wow.
I know, man. Um, and so I'll just tell you two more things that was interesting. So all of their teachers, they go through some type of rigorous university training up there on par with doctors and all that stuff. And so in the classroom, like when they start elementary,
Mm-hmm.
it's 2 teachers per classroom. Like when we were in school, we had like a teacher assistant and a teacher. In their classrooms, it's 2 teachers per classroom, right? And then the same teacher follows them all the way through elementary. So they keep the same teachers all the way through.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, man. So yeah, so it's quite remarkable how they do schools over there. It's a couple of more things, but like I said, it was an opening experience and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So so yeah, so when I hear about how they do schools over there, oh, one last thing. You know how like when we're in elementary or so, they test you for AG?
Mm-hmm.
Over there, they test you for special ed. Everybody's tested for special ed because the AG is already the expectation. So they test you for special ed to make sure they have the a plan in place to work. So the expectation is everybody's AG. We just test you to see if you have any learning deficiencies, and we jump on that right then. So versus in our schools, how you have the pull out, the AG kids get pulled out on a separate track. No, that's everybody. We just see. So yeah. So
And where was
things
she
like
at
that.
again?
She was in Finland.
Okay.
She was in Finland. Um, and of course, the last shot, happy birthday. Her birthday was this week.
Mm-hmm.
So she turned years old. so so
I don't know.
so
I don't know what that is. How old is that?
oh no, she's a happy and proud 52.
Okay.
She's a happy and
I just want
proud
to make
52.
sure.
Yeah. And I think that's probably it for my shout outs, man. That's probably about it.
Oop. Okay. Well, you ready to get started?
Oh yeah, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I don't know where to
Okay.
start, man.
So look, Black History Month. So I think um the first thing that we can talk about is Trump. No, I'm joking. But no, I'm joking. Uh just so happened that the only African American in the Senate, Tim Scott.
Yes.
Um and I know we've been texting back and forth, but I don't think it would do any justice if we don't let the people see what we've been talking about. So here's a pretty good video of the gentleman from the great state of South Carolina.
Okay.
We need a president who will close our southern border today. We need Donald Trump. We need a president. We need a president who will unite our country. We need Donald Trump. We need a president who doesn't see black or white. We see a president who sees Americans as one American family. We need. And that's why I came to the very warm state of New Hampshire to endorse the next president of these United States, President Donald Trump.
All right. All right.
Uh, so I, it baffles it. First of all, he said he doesn't see uh, black or white, but a 200 federal judges he appointed, not one African American. But that's not here nor there. We won't mess with that. We won't touch that. Um, that's where Tim Scott is. Um, so I can't imagine because he's the only African American senator in the Republican caucus, right?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine the type of mental and psychological bending he has to do to bring himself to that place. You see what I'm saying?
No, yes, yes.
Yeah. So maybe he's just made a deal with the devil. You know, in other words, if this is what I need to do to have access to power, then that's what I need to do. Because clearly, the Republican Party, and this is not a slight, it's just a fact, um, is hostile. The same party that's hostile to civil rights, hostile to voting rights, pushing the scrubbing of Black history from classrooms and things of that nature. Um, he's in a Republican caucus that, if you look at the if you look at the House of Representatives and the Senate, clearly less than 1%, right? So if that's what he needs to do to get power, then so be it. And one thing I've learned uh, is that with African Americans is that, you know, we're not a monolith,
Correct.
right? So I understand that we all don't have the same thoughts, the same interests, the same political ideology, right? But one time I was talking to a good friend of mine who is uh, he's a Black Republican, right? And we were going back and forth, and he voted for Trump. Um, and we were going back and forth, and I said, well, let's say me, uh, you, and some other friends were in a restaurant, African American friends were in the restaurant,
Hmm.
and one of those white supremacists that was listening to Trump rhetoric that decided, a lot of them decided to come up and shoot up the place. Um, is he going to skip over, shoot up Afro Americans or people of color? Is he going to skip over you because you were a Trump supporter? So the point I'm trying to make is that we can have different ideologies and different political beliefs, being African Americans, but there are some things that affects us all, regardless of, of socioeconomic economic status and things of that nature. If you ignore those things, then you're in a sunken space, as they say.
Yeah, but I mean, look, we expect politicians to flip flop. I mean, that's just when we talk about hypocrisy, I'm of the
Mm.
opinion that all politicians are hypocrites. That's just what I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah. You have
Um,
to, yeah.
but you mentioned psychological, right? How does Tim Scott sleep at night? Because he knows, and then also, so the issue is that people believe that he's vying to be the vice president. Didn't he just
Mhm.
see what what he did to his last running mate and vice president Pence?
I- I- yes, yes. But also, uh, he saw what the Republican Party did to him when they thought it was an issue that he didn't have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. He went and found one,
You
huh?
know, say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So and also I remember him. I clearly remember him giving a speech on the floor when he was uh well, this lets me know he's aware, and it's actually one of the best speeches he's ever given, when he talked about the experience he had walking into the Senate chambers
Oh yeah.
and getting stopped by security, questioning whether he was a senator or not. And he gave an eloquent speech on the floor talking about those experiences, right? So he is not oblivious to the challenges and things of that nature. He's not. My only issue with Tim Scott is that you can't pick and choose uh, when you want to identify with the prevails and issues that beset African Americans when it suits your interest,
Yeah.
right? Therein lies the problem, right there. You can't say that, go up there and say America is not a racist country. But then when it's time to pander, you say, oh, woe is me, I got stopped in the Senate because they didn't believe I was a senator.
Yeah.
That's my only thing with Tim Scott. You know, as a politician, you can be wishy-washy on certain things, but when it comes to issues like that, that's when that's when I draw the line with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing, when he's up there doing the extra, as I call it, the theatrics, clearly that's not his character, right?
It doesn't even
Uh,
seem. It didn't come across as
yeah.
authentic at all.
No, no. Tim Scott is normally a measured when he talks. When he's kind of measured and cerebral
Hmm.
when he speaks. You know what I'm saying? Um, the theatrics is totally not him. It's almost like he's the, dare I say, the minstrel show there to
Hmm.
entertain those white folks up there in New Hampshire. You
Hmm.
know, he's
Yeah.
the show. Uh, he would never be a vice president. I don't think he would even get a cabinet position,
Yeah.
right? But that's where we are. That's where we
Okay.
are,
What you got? What do you want to talk about today?
man.
We're gonna get back into politics because, like I say, this show is about politics as usual. But we still have to deal with a couple other things first.
Yeah, man. One thing I saw. Who was it? The was it Megan Kelly or somebody who made the comment at the Super Bowl about the Black National Anthem, "Lift Up a Voice and Sing."
Yes, it was
Uh,
Megan Kelly.
Megan Kelly uh, had an issue. Said we only have one national anthem, uh, the Star Spangled Banner. Uh, I believe in taking advantage of teachable moments, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I believe in taking advantage of teachable moments,
Yeah.
and and so first of all, the Star Spangled Banner was not adopted as the national anthem by Congress until 1931, I think. Please, people in Google land can check me. Um, but I know earlier, 1919 or 17 or so, Woodrow Wilson did an executive order making it the national anthem. Please understand, in 1917, please understand what was going on with African Americans at that time, right? Also, please understand that the Star Spangled Banner, from the beginning, if you look at the history, it was problematic because of the third stanza, right? They acknowledge that the third stanza, which mocks slaves who fought on the side of British for their freedom during the War of 1812. And there were mercenaries that were hired. No, they were not mercenaries. They were offered their freedom by the British. So they left off plantations, fought for the British in exchange for their freedom,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I'm
And
listening.
and they spanked and they did pretty good. And to Britain's credit, they kept their promise and freed them. I think they went to Trinidad and Tobago somewhere to get started. But the during that time, the NAACP, around 19, same time period, uh, they deemed the Lift Every Voice and Sing the Black National Anthem.
Yep.
Um, and James Weldon Johnson, man of Sigma, wrote it. His brother Rosamond did the music and everything. But from that point on, that has been played in churches. It was played at events. Schools were segregated. It was played in schools. So there was a whole subsegment of society that was playing "Lift Every Voice and Sing," um, while Americans, well, not that's a, and that's a those who benefited from the liberties of America. How about that?
Yeah.
We're doing uh, the national anthem, right? And this has always been the case. So I see no problem. So when a person says we only have one national anthem, there's no black national anthem, it shows a profound ignorance of history.
Yeah.
Uh, and I attended HBCU, Shaw University. At every game, we played Lift Every Voice and Sing, right? Uh, and when I also we just had our birthday rally celebration with NAACP. I'm the president of the Duplin County chapter here, and when we start off with "Lift Every Voice and Sing," the Black National Anthem. Uh, so yeah, so when someone says there's only one national anthem, they don't understand the history of it, because we have been doing the Black National Anthem before uh, the Star Spangled Banner was made official by Congress in 1931.
I don't know. I guess the issue is why does it trigger people when they sing that? I mean, they sing "America the Beautiful" too. I mean, they sing. I just don't
Yeah.
understand why it's so triggering.
Well, I know why it's triggering. I think I have an idea why it's triggering. Um, I think it's triggering because uh, any I think sometimes there's a subset of America who takes offense when African Americans do anything that shows any type of ethnic pride,
Yeah.
right? Um, I don't know why that is the case. When there's this, just like African American History Month, people get upset. Why is there a Black History Month, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So those type of things. I think that whenever there's a segment of the society that has an issue, like I said before, when African Americans show any type of pride or any type of excitement towards anything having to do with their heritage.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's exemplified by Megyn Kelly's statement about the Black National Anthem.
What about the game though? It was a good game.
Man, it was a great game. It was a great game. Look, I could really enjoy it because I didn't have a dog in the fight,
Yeah.
right? So I think that I knew that when San Francisco, I thought they were going down there to win the game, that last drive. But when San Francisco went there and kicked the field goal, I knew the game was over right then.
Yeah.
I knew it was
Yeah.
over right then. So,
Yep.
so yeah. But it was a great game. Like I said, I ain't had no dog in the fight, but it was a good game.
All right.
What do you think about the halftime show?
Hey, look, man. I thought Usher's an entertainer, man. I thought it was a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
halftime show.
yeah. I think it was.
So
Now I don't know if it was the best halftime show ever, but I know it was a good halftime show.
oh yeah, for me it's Prince. I mean,
Oh, oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah. It ain't close. I was go. I was gonna say the same thing.
Yep.
Prince was the best one.
All right. So look, we're gonna transition a little bit. Every show we always
Yeah.
show a Trump supporter. You know, there's a lot of Trump supporters out there, and you know, we do this because we can, and it's funny. But also these people vote, whether you like it or not. These people vote, and you know. So here we go.
We do believe that President Trump is actually protected under the continuity of government. I believe he's our authentic president and that we are watching a movie.
Oh, really? So he's the current president of the United States?
I believe that.
Like, what is Biden doing then?
Well, Biden is, we're under continuity of government. It's a military action. And so they're showing the people in slow motion the corruption and all the different elements, all the different agencies and the dual system. So they're saying, okay, if you want to steal the election, which they did, this is what you're going to get.
So then how is Biden doing in his role? Is he the president right now?
No, Biden is an actor, but I think Biden has been gone a long time. That's how I feel.
Gone dead?
Gone dead.
Who's the one walking around?
An actor.
Do we know who the actor is?
There's different ones that play him. Everybody has actors, but I know it sounds so far-fetched, but they say that they're going to reveal it soon, hopefully.
Man, what's that movie? Was it Dave with Kevin Kline? Was it Dave?
What movie is that?
With Sigourney Weaver, where the president had a stroke and they put a lookalike in it.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah, but yeah, man, look, it's it's funny, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when you're in that bubble, in that reality, uh, logic and everything. Look, if she took a lie detector test, she'll pass the test.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, so look, this is the analogy I like to make when I see things like that, and I've used it before. And when when we believed in Santa Claus, right? Um, we believed in Santa Claus. I believe we didn't even have a chimney, but I believed that Santa Claus was coming through a chimney and he was going to deliver toys under the tree, right? Remember the tree we had, and Joanne was always the angel run up,
Yep. And
and
the cookies and milk that we left on the
the
table.
cookies and milk, and the big piece of cake that Daddy got. So we said, "Oh, Santa came." So and so the things you adjust your behavior for the belief. Like around around November, we start acting good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Behavior modification, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to check who's naughty and who's nice, right?
Yeah.
So behavior modification, right?
Yeah.
So then, you believe that in your bubble, in our bubble, because uh, everybody around us, uh, Aunt Blanche, Grandmama, Daddy, Mama, all the adults said, "Y'all better be good. Santa Claus coming in, right?" Those type
Yeah.
of things, and and guess what? Uh, in school, I'm not going to say his name. He one of my classmates. Um, we were in elementary school. He didn't believe in Santa Claus, right? He he said Santa Claus ain't real. When Santa Claus came in, he left the room because of his religious beliefs, right?
Yeah.
We thought something was wrong with him.
Yeah.
Look,
But it's very interesting because
yeah. So
yeah.
that's the point. That's the point I'm
Yeah.
making. Yeah, right there. That's the point
Yeah.
I'm making is that when you believe something, no matter how far fetched it is, at the end of the day, and if me, you, Doll Baby, Toot, Joanne, Pam, Chris, all of us in that area, Terrell, Alexander, all, if we would have took lie detector test saying that Santa Claus is coming through a chimney we don't have, we would have passed a lie detector test.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest issue now, I mean, those Trump supporters, they believe what they believe, but we have to have the conversation about the age of both President Biden and former President Trump. Now, look, this is just what I believe, right? The science is there. When you're in your 80s, there are people who don't make it to 80. You and you. I think we have to balance talking about his age, but also not being ageist or
Yeah.
because as a matter of fact, you get old. When you get old, your memory is not the same. Mentally, you're not as sharp. Okay, that's just reality.
Man, look, let me tell you what happened to me, man. I'm almost ashamed to admit. I'm out with Tanya and Jaden eating, right? And I get my phone. I forgot my passcode, right? I'm sure I forgot my passcode,
Mm-hmm.
right? Put it in so many times, my phone got a security lock on it. I'm 52, right? I think that's the craziest thing ever, right? So me, I've always prided myself on my memory, right? And been able to recall things, right? I've noticed in the last couple of years my recall is not as fast as it used to be. So I can imagine as I get older, if I'm blessed to live a little longer, if I get into my late 50s and 60s, if I make it that long, I can imagine how it would be.
Yeah, but you ain't running for president. And you're not running for president, and you're not president. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Look, excellent point.
Yeah,
that's without the stress of being president, the stress of being commander in chief, the stress of traveling around the country, running the country, and then also trying to run a campaign for president. I
yeah,
mean, that'll be a lot for anybody.
and and the other issue is that you know words can deceive, right? But with the eye test, the eyes don't normally lie. When I look at President Biden, it just looks like it just looks like he's just moving in slow motion, like he's about to fall down, like he just
Yeah,
doesn't know where he's going. I mean, you know, he's 81 years old.
yeah.
Um, at the end of his second term, if he's reelected, well, he'll be 85, 86. Eight, an 85 and an 86-year-old should not be president. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So here's the issue, man. And in a country, the demographics of this country, right? We are a younger, more diverse country,
Yes.
right? I think I froze. Did I freeze?
Maybe just a little bit.
Okay. We are a younger and diverse country. Uh, the thing I have an issue with is the fact that in a country of 300 some million people, is that this is the best tool we can get, right? Of all the people in this country, of all the talent, of all the politicians,
Hmm.
the two men, one in their 80s, one in their late 70s, this is the best we can do. That's the issue I have. That's the disheartening part. Um, because as a person who is uh, not affiliated by any means, we're like you said, we're not blind. It's very concerning, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still have to vote your interest, right? You
Well,
still have to make
yeah. I mean, if they're the two choices, I mean, I have a strong idea, but I'm just saying it is. Yeah. One. Yeah. It,
yeah,
once you get, and I think the issue is the power, because once you get a taste of the amount of power that the president of the United States has, it's hard to let that go.
yeah.
Um, and
Clearly, you saw what happened 4 years ago.
it's hard to let it go. And I just don't think that I just don't think that Biden or Trump should be running. You're right. They're the Democrats and the Republicans, whether or not regardless if you like their politics, I still think they have a bench of people who I don't know. It's unfortunate. I just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Because both of them are having brain cramps
Yeah,
um, up there, or having moments where they're not clear what their thoughts are.
yeah,
You know, we saw the same thing with Mitch McConnell when he was having his issues.
yes,
And I think with Joe Biden, the special prosecutor wrote now that was a low blow, you know, politically motivated, but still it heightened the concerns in the report where he decided not to prosecute Biden for the documents issue. He went on and added the fact that, you know, about his age, an elderly man, uh, not remembering when his son passed away, those type of things, and it adds to the concern,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
it's not taking shots at people say we one sided. No, we, we're on Biden. I mean, I'm with you, Ant. He's clearly, I think he's um, too old to be president. Uh, I just think that's the case.
yeah,
But those are the choices that we have. I think him and Trump are too old, especially in a country as young and diverse as ours.
yeah,
Um, that these are our two choices. So that is
yeah,
problematic.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the next big thing that's going on is the border security bill, and this is I guess we can we can we can we can talk about what happened prior. So around what October, November timeframe of last year,
Hmm.
the Democrats, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats, they had a bill to fund Ukraine. Okay, the Republicans in the Senate and in the House said that they will not entertain a bill, a Ukraine funding bill, unless they included something on border security.
Exactly.
Okay, and so what happened was they went back to the Senator Lankford out of Oklahoma, probably one of the most conservative members in Congress. He
Yes.
worked with what's her name, Kristen Sinema and Senator
Cut.
Murphy,
Cut. Okay.
yeah, and White House aides um, to come up with a bill. And the reality is that when you split government, you don't get everything you want. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just how the game works. And so,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. But to your point, I don't want to. I think I don't know if you're going here or not. They got one of the best, a once in a generation border bill.
Correct, correct. And
Uh,
yeah, and so there's a lot of
now,
there's a lot of
yeah.
uh, well, I'll just say that the biggest let's just put it this way. Um, the head of the border, well, I can't think of his name. Um, I can't think of his name. The border union, the CBP union or whatever,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
endorsed President Trump for president. Even he came out and said this is probably one of the most um, comprehensive bills that came out. Okay,
Yes.
so now they come up with the compromise. Uh, President Trump comes out and says, you know what? I want to campaign on this. You can't fix this problem because if you fix the problem, I don't have anything to campaign on. And so Speaker Johnson in the House, he said it's the bill is dead on arrival. He said the bill was dead on arrival even before the text of the bill came out.
Yeah.
So now this is the abbreviated version, but I have I'll show you this video that kind of that kind of spells it out a little better.
Okay.
This is unbelievable. Like, I can't believe this is happening. We were all here. This wasn't a dream. This really happened. Republicans all stood up and said that they wanted a bipartisan bill to fix the border. The border is a priority. The border is a crisis. We delivered a bipartisan bill to fix the border with the Republican senator appointed by the Republican caucus to cut the deal. And within 24 hours before the ink was even dry, Republican senators decided they don't want a bipartisan bill to fix the border.
Okay, and I just want to add one more thing because this is the important piece. Okay, the important piece is since the House decided that it was dead on arrival, the Republican House Speaker, they didn't vote on the bill. They didn't get a chance to vote on the bill in the Senate. Okay,
Yeah.
so now the the Senate, they passed a bill to fund Taiwan, to fund Israel, and to fund Ukraine.
Okay.
Okay, now the House is saying, well, we're not going to take this up because it doesn't address the border.
Yeah.
You
So,
can't make this up.
well, here's what happens then. Um, the base. This works in the primary, right? But this is not going to work in the general election, right? With those independent voters who actually understand the issues and are not out here thinking that Biden's a body double, right?
Yeah.
Because what you said is basically what happened. Bipartisan bills and everything. But in those echo chambers, Fox News, Breitbart, and all those places like that. That's not how it's being presented. You see what I'm saying? But to your point, that union endorsed Trump last time around.
Correct.
They saw what was in that bill. It was stricter asylum laws because that's where most of legal immigration comes in through those asylum laws. They're so lax. More money for border security.
More judges. Yeah.
Judges, everything. I mean, it was it, and the progressives did not like the bill,
No.
right? But the issue is, it's a good political move because the pulse of the country is already moving to the right when it comes to border issues,
Correct.
right? So this was the perfect time to even get a bill like that in place. And the Republicans got everything they wanted and some more, to the chagrin of progressives in the House and the Senate. But it still would have passed. And this is something that was good for everybody if you're concerned, if that's your concern.
If there's a concern, yes.
But like you said before, dead on arrival. So basically, look, those, I think one Republican senator basically told Trump, you're not welcome here to campaign on our border saying there's an issue.
Yeah.
Right? Because those people that's living along the Rio Grande, living along that border in Texas, I think, Nevada, California, all those places that are on the border. I think Nevada's on the border. I think so, if my geography is correct. It may not be. But all that live with this every day, these issues, those states, those cities up north, where places like Texas and Florida are shipping people and just dropping them off in the middle of the night
Yeah.
to cause chaos.
Human
those type of
trafficking.
things.
Yeah.
Basically human trafficking. This would have addressed that issue. But to the point, it's not about what's good for the country. It's not about what's in the best interest for those Border Patrol agents that put their life on the line every day. At the end of the day, it's an issue. It would have taken an issue away from Trump that he needs to win.
Yeah.
And that's the calculation that they made.
Yeah.
And that's the part that's unfortunate.
Yep.
That's the part that's unfortunate.
What else you got, man?
Man, good gracious.
No. Long
Well,
day.
long day, yeah. Well, I know one thing. You mentioned the funding for Israel. Um, look, man, this is where Biden's in trouble, right? Especially with the young voters. And what I notice about the young voters, man, when I say young, those young early 20s, mid 20s, they are very adept in understanding of the issue when it comes to Palestine and Israel, right? And of course, that is causing issues in that coalition, especially up in Michigan, where you have a high Palestinian population up there in Dearborn, those areas.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta call a spade a spade. Israel has already been accused of committing genocide and war crimes in Palestine, right? Or in the Gaza Strip, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're killing people. You know, when they accidentally killed those hostages, the Israeli Defense Forces killed those hostages. They killed those hostages. The hostages came out waving white flags, saying that, hey, to show they're not of any danger, right? It shows the brutality of Israel because they thought they were Palestinians giving up, Gazans giving up, and they shot and killed them, right?
Yeah.
So the point I'm trying to make is that you can't talk out both sides of your mouth, Biden administration. You can't say that Israel needs to stop killing these civilians, while at the same time sending the military equipment and the money there to bolster up those same military that's killing the Palestinians or killing the people in the Gaza Strip, right?
Yeah.
In my mind, if you know that someone is committing atrocities, and you continue to send them the weapon, the intel, the drones, the jets to bomb these innocent civilians, you are complicit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so to put out there and just say, well, I talked to Netanyahu, I'm showing that I'm very concerned with what's going on, but yet you about to send another 10 or 15, $20 billion to him to do the same thing, then you're just as complicit. And this is going to be a tough, this election, like I said, these are your two choices, obviously. And there is one that, I'm always going to vote for, right? But it's going to be a difficult decision because I'm aware that U.S. foreign policy is complicit with the genocide that's going on in Palestine. And that is problematic for me.
Yeah. I mean, look, everybody casts their vote for different reasons, you know?
Yeah.
So you
Well,
just have to, that's just something you have to reconcile with yourself, unfortunately. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I've said this before, and I've
yeah,
said it 1,000 times that people, if you vote in your interest, means you have to make an informed decision.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
when I do my ballot, a lot of people vote from the top down. I vote from the bottom up.
yeah,
I start at the bottom because the bottom is what impacts me the most,
yeah,
right?
yep,
And like I said, at the bottom, it could be Democrat, it could be Republican. At the local level, that's how it is. You make the way up. So then by the time you get to the top, you make that decision. But yeah, man, that's voting. If you're an informed voter, this election is tough.
yeah,
This is going to be a tough election. If you somebody that just when you go to the voting polls and they give you that slip of paper, you just go check, 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 check. It's all well and good.
yeah,
But there are definitely some serious issues amiss that if you're really informed about, it does give you pause sometimes.
yep.
Yeah.
So I have a Black History Month question for you.
Uh-oh, you put me on the spot.
Who was the first Black president?
Is that a trick question?
No.
I mean, so I've read that Abraham Lincoln had some Black ancestor. I heard Dwight David Eisenhower. I've heard people say John Hanson, the guy who was over the Arts of Confederation. But I say Barack Obama. But of course, that's not it. What you got for me?
All right, here we go.
May I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the 40th President of the United States.
Mr. President, Tom Matthews, UPI. Mr. President, earlier this year you said that you would travel anywhere in the world to further the cause of peace. Considering the worsening situation in the Mideast, are you planning a trip there in the near future?
We have no definite plans as of yet to go to the Mideast, but we do plan maybe perhaps in a couple of years if the settlement and the agreements have not been reached by that time.
Thank you.
Paul Onaki from Honolulu News. Mr. President, the Senate has voted to proceed with development of the neutron bomb. Don't you feel this will impede further progress in the SALT talks with the Russians?
Quite contrary to that fact, the matter of nuclear existence deals with atoms and atomic weapons, not with neutron weapons. The neutron bomb is a hold-cost weapon. It is not in the cellular realm of reality. We're trying to hold it in place, and it's a neo-pacifist weapon.
Ernest Richards, AP. Yes, Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask you a question which I'm sure the American people would like to know. Do you feel that within the fiscal year, the unemployment rate will drop below the 5% level?
Well, as you know, the 5% level pertains mostly to, if I may say, white America. In the black America, the minority situations is up to as high as 45%. And we plan to, with all our efforts, try to lower that rate to about 20% in the black areas, and of course it will be lower in the white areas, of course. We're trying to do this and merge a United States.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Arthur Williams, Chicago Sun-Herald. You've just okayed a $250 million increase in our space program. What I'd like to know is the main reason you did this so we can finally recruit black people for the space program?
I feel it's time that black people went to space. White people have been going to space for years and spacing out on us, as you might say. And I feel with the projects that we have in mind, we're going to send explorer ships through other galaxies, and no longer will they have the same type of music, Beethoven, Brahms, and Tchaikovsky. From now on, we have little Miles Davis and Charlie Parker. We're going to have some different kind of things in there. That's right. Yes, ma'am.
Roberta Davies, Jet Magazine.
All right, let's go ahead and get back to it.
That's a classic. That's a classic. That's a classic. Man.
Well, look, man. We started 5 minutes early, so we about to end. But you got some closing thoughts, man? What you got?
Man, not like I said. This is the season. We're voting. This is an election year.
And actually, the primary early voting in North Carolina already, it started. At least an hour.
Right.
Yeah, it started today.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So get out and make an informed decision. Learn the issues and things of that nature. Lastly, on the last Sunday of the month, trying to think what date that is. What day is the last Sunday? The 25th. The 25th. I'll be giving the Black History address at the First Baptist of Teaching.
Okay.
So I'll be the keynote speaker for Black History Month for that church. Thank Mama coming down. Mama take advantage of every opportunity to make a trip, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So, well, that's about it, man.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, man, I saw this. I saw The Greatest Night in Pop. I saw that.
You saw it?
Yeah. I saw that. So if you have Netflix and you haven't seen it, if you know about We Are the World, if you know about USA for Africa, that song, that the documentary, there are things that I had no idea. I had no idea that. Well, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but you really have to watch that documentary. It is a really good documentary.
Yeah, I saw it, man. It was pretty good, man. It was
yes.
Funny thing, man. I gotta get one thing away, man.
What?
When Stevie Wonder started wanting to put some Swahili in it.
Oh yeah.
And Waylon Jennings was like, I'm about to
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Yeah. All right. So look, we gonna leave y'all with a nice little video. I was feeling a little nostalgic. And so we'll leave y'all with this video. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all in a few weeks.
All right. Peace.
All right.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. We get down and out, and there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's no way we can fall. Well, let's realize, oh, that a change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. We'll make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. Our children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Let's start giving. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. All right, let me hear you. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. Let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a brighter day. Just you and me. Come on now, let me hear you. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. We are the ones who make